it's visible. Just hide the bar at the
Yeah.
bottom.
So good evening, everyone. Today I'm going to present on Poonawalla Fincorp, which is an NBFC that focuses on the consumer and small business finance. So the vision for Poonawalla Fincorp is to be the most trusted financial services brand, and their mission is to help individuals and businesses achieve more by offering best-in-class consumer-centric products and solutions conveniently. So let's know our company. So, so Poonawalla Fincorp Limited, which was formerly known as Magma Fincorp Limited, is a Cyrus Poonawalla Group promoted non-deposit taking NBFC. So the company was incorporated in 1988 by Mayank Podar and Sanjay Chambia as Magma Leasing Limited. In 2000, with the acquisition of Consortium Finance Limited, the company expanded its network across northern India. And in 2007, Shraji Infrastructure Finance merged with the company and increased their footprint in southern and western India. In 2008, the company rebranded and renamed itself as Magma, as Magma Fincorp Limited. And in 2009, the company inked a joint venture with German insurer HDI Global to enter into general insurance business. So finally, in May 2021, consequent to a capital raise of 3,456 crores, the company is now part of the Poonawalla Group, with a majority stake being owned by Rising Sun Holdings Private Limited, which is owned and controlled by Mr. Adar Cyrus Poonawalla. So this company mainly focuses on consumer and small business finance through diverse product offerings like pre-owned car finance, personal loans, loans to professionals, business loans, loans against property, etc. So talking about their fundraising journey, in 2011, global PE firm Kohlberg Kravis Roberts and International Finance Corporation, which is an arm of the World Bank Group, invested about $100 million. And in 2015, KKR, Indian B, and Leapfrog Investments invested 500 crores into the company. In April 2018, Poonawalla Fincorp raised 500 crores through QIP, and in 2021, Rising Sun Holdings invested 3,456 crores, and after which Magma Fincorp, the name was changed to Poonawalla Fincorp. And in 2021, there was also a capital infusion by ICICI Ventures, Siza Chem, which is also a part of the Poonawalla Group, and Morgan Stanley. Talking about their business, they have five major business segments. The first one is pre-owned car loans. So these loans are used for financing used and second-hand cars. And this segment is growing because of three main reasons. The first one is because of large growth in the country's middle income population, which needs personal mobility. Second one is that the car ownership period has declined from 6 to 7 years to 3 to 4 years, which has increased the sale of second-hand cars. The third reason is that the waiting period for new cars sometimes extends for a very long time period. So the business of pre-owned car loans is attracting importance. For Poonawalla Fincorp, the average ticket size for pre-owned car loans was 3.5 lakhs in March 2022. The second segment, unsecured loans, when these loans are made to credible customers, it is one of the most attractive segment for any NBFC. So, Poonawalla Fincorp saw significant traction in the unsecured loan segment. Disbursements increased by 32.4% in financial year 2022, and it is planning to further widen its footprint pan-India for loans to professionals like chartered accountants, company secretaries, medical professionals, etc. The third business segment is loans against property. So this segment commenced only in the second half of financial year 2022, and since that it has achieved 212 crores in disbursements by the end of financial year 2022. So this company mainly focuses on loans against residential properties because they have higher attachment value and marketability. The fourth segment, affordable housing finance. So Poonawalla Fincorp offers home financing loans through its subsidiary, which is Poonawalla Housing Finance Limited, with long tenures and competitive rates. So they are aligned with the Housing for All commitment by the Indian government. And in financial year 2022, the AUM crossed 5,000 crores. They have a CAGR of 29% over the last 4 years. And their average ticket size was 11 lakhs by the close of financial year 2022. The final segment, auto lease, it is provided to medium and large corporations for fleet acquisition, um, employee benefits if the corporate entities guarantee payments under the master lease contracts. So, under this product, vehicles are leased to corporate employees who have an average salary of 15 lakhs or more. The AUM split for unsecured loans and affordable housing finance for financial 2022 stand at around 3,000 crores and 5,000 crores respectively. And the AUM across the years, it has seen a fall in financial year 21 on account of COVID-19, and after that, it has risen by 16.5% in financial year 2022. Moving on to their shareholding structure. So Poonawalla Fincorp is a promoter-driven company where the promoter, Rising Sun Holdings, has a 62% stake in the company. The resident individuals own 18.42% stake. Foreign holdings are 7.16%. Financial institutions and banks have 1.4%, and other companies and mutual funds have 11.46%. So let's also have a look at the top institutional investors. So the promoter Rising Sun Holdings has a largest stake of 61.5%. It is followed by Microfirm Capital Private Limited, Celica Developers Private Limited, True North Fund, Amansa Holdings Private Limited, Lavender Investments, and Nippon Life India Trustee Limited. Moving on to their subsidiaries and joint ventures. So they have one subsidiary, which is Poonawalla Housing Finance. It was incorporated in April 2004 as a non-deposit taking housing finance company. So initially it was known as Magma Housing Finance Limited, and it has been rebranded under the Poonawalla brand as Poonawalla Housing Finance Limited in 2021. They have 128 branches across 20 states in India, and their AUM crossed 5,000 crores, which was a major milestone for them in the quarter four of financial year 2022. They provide financial inclusion by giving credit to those who have very limited access to formal credit, and they are also committed to the housing for all objective of the government. Lately, in December 2022, Poonawalla Fincorp announced that it is going to sell the subsidiary to Perseus SG, a TPG global entity, for 3,900 crores, which is $490 million. Poonawalla also has two joint ventures. The first one, Magma HDI General Insurance Company. So this is Poonawalla Fincorp's joint venture with HDI Global for general insurance business. So Poonawalla Fincorp has 36% stake in Magma HDI, and some other key shareholders are Celica Developers Private Limited and Jaguar Advisory Service Private Limited. They provide over 65 products across various categories, and they provide solutions to secure major risks in the general insurance sphere, starting from retail products like motor, which includes car, two-wheeler, commercial vehicles, tractors, etc., health, home, and also include commercial products. So they have one of the highest GDPI growth of 37% for financial year 2021 to 22. In financial 2022, they also had a fresh capital infusion of 250 crores by investors like ICICI Ventures, Morgan Stanley, Sizak Private Limited, which is a Poonawalla Group company. The second joint venture, Jaguar Advisory Services Private Limited, was incorporated in July 2009, and this is also a joint venture with HDI Global, and it is an advisory services company domiciled in India. So it is a special purpose vehicle of the company, and in the previous financial year, they earned a profit of 0.7 lakhs. So moving on to their geography, as of financial year 2022, they had 242 branches They have a widespread India presence in India, and the company continues to exploit the untapped potential of existing branches, and they are also trying to ensure that more products are available across these branches. Poonawalla Fincorp is also simultaneously focusing on digital transformation to better cater to the needs of the customers. So, having a look at the zone wise AUM breakup, North has 31%, East 15%, South 28%, and West 27%. So, the North contributes to the majority part of AUM. Talking about the promoter and board, the promoter, Rising Sun Holdings Private Limited, has a 61.5% stake in the company, and it is owned and controlled by Adar Poonawalla, the CEO of Serum Institute of India. So, Rising Sun Holdings, which has a 61.5 stake in Poonawalla Fincorp, it indirectly has a stake of 36.43% in Magma HDI, 99.2% in Poonawalla Housing Finance, and 48.89 in Jaguar Advisory Services Private Limited. Talking about the board of directors, so the two main people, Adar Poonawalla and Abhay Bhutada. So, Mr. Adar Cyrus Poonawalla is the chairman of Poonawalla Fincorp, and he is also the CEO of Serum Institute of India. He has a degree in business administration from the University of Westminster. He's an innovator to the core, and he has been dedicated to developing affordable children's vaccines and providing the same across the globe. In 2013, Forbes India included him in the 4 Signs to Watch Out For list, and he has also won the Corporate Social Responsibility Award by CNBC Asia. Speaking about Mr. Abhay Bhutada, who's the managing director of Poonawalla Fincorp, he graduated from Symbiosis International University with a BCom degree, and he's a qualified chartered accountant. He has over 15 years of experience in commercial and retail lending domain, and he has won the Young Entrepreneur of India 2017 award bestowed upon him by the chairman of SBI, and the Promising Entrepreneur of India 2019 by the Economic Times. So one issue that has risen is that in September 2021, SEBI had barred him and some other members from trading because on account of insider trading and sharing price sensitive information. But then later SEBI had withdrawn this order. And then moving on to the non-executive and independent directors, Mr. Amar Deshpande, he is a non-executive director. He has over 36 years of experience in NBFCs with expertise in areas like fund mobilization, corporate funding, project finance, and debt syndication. Mr. Prabhakar Dalal, independent director. He is also a highly experienced banker with over 37 years of experience, and he has worked with the Exim Bank for 31 years, including as the executive director for over 3 years. Mrs. Vijayalakshmi Iyer is an independent director. She holds a master's degree in commerce from the University of Mumbai. She has been working with the company since 2019, and she has served as the executive director of Central Bank of India and the chairperson and MD of the Bank of India. Mr. Sajid Fazalboy, he's a non-executive director. He has over 10 years of experience in private equity and venture capital, and he has led investments in a dozen companies across seed, growth, and late stages in sectors like technology, financial services, retail, and healthcare. Mr. Bonta Prasad Rao, he is a mechanical engineering graduate and he has a postgraduate in industrial engineering. He has served as the chairman and managing director of Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited, and he has experience of more than 37 years. Mr. Sanjay Kumar, independent director. He has over 38 years of experience in critical areas of banking like branch banking, credit administration, international operations, etc. And he is a certified anti-money laundering specialist with exposure to handling group compliance portfolio of the Bank of Baroda. Mr. Jagan Mohan Rao is an independent director who served as the MD of Banknote Paper Mill India Private Limited from 2013 to 2018, and he was credited with pioneering the introduction of risk-based supervision in India. And he also headed the Bhubaneswar regional office as regional director of the bank, and he has experience of more than 33 years in the bank. Mr. Atul Kumar Gupta, a non-executive director, he is a commerce and law graduate and also a chartered accountant. And he acquired the position of the president of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India for the year 2020 to 2021. So, moving on to risk mitigation and underwriting, Poonawalla Fincorp has a very good internal system for risk mitigation, and it has an enterprise-wide independent risk management framework. So basically, they state three main lines of defense. The first line of defense covers operational and business units, which includes design and operating effectiveness. The second line of defense covers credit governance, operational risk, fraud risk, information security, and compliance. And the third line covers independent assurance by internal audit. So they basically state three components of risk management. So the first one, risk governance, um, includes a risk appetite statement and strategic risk assessment set by the quadrails. The second one, operating controls and compliance, under which we have a comprehensive risk library and regular monitoring of key risk indicators. The third, credit underwriting strategies, under which Poonawalla Fincorp has an automated credit rule engine with connectivity to bureau and fraud systems. Fourth, analytics driven portfolio management. So, this helps them to statistically derive early warning indicators and continuous portfolio monitoring indicators. The fourth, the fifth, the last, capital and liquidity management, which helps them to proactively manage asset and liability mismatch in each time bucket, and they provide prudent capital and liquidity buffers for stress resilience. Starting with demonetization. So, demonetization, which occurred in quarter three of financial year 2017, it posed a major challenge because customer cash flows, particularly that of entry level customers, were severely affected. So, as we can see, the AUM, it has kept falling starting quarter three financial year 2017, and it gets back to the pre demonetization levels by around quarter four of financial year 2018. Also, this financial year has been characterized by an NPA sale by the company. So, though it has affected the profitability for the year as a whole, the company has emerged much stronger with a healthier balance sheet. So, this has resulted in a fall in GNPA and NNPA in quarter four of financial year 2017. So, this year was a defining year for the company, which helped in cleaning up old hard bucket NPAs. So, because of the same reason, the ROA and ROE have also fallen in the quarter four of financial year 2017. There was a huge loss because of sale of NPS, and the PAT stood at 13 crores compared to 213 crores for financial year 2016. So, moving on to the ILFS crisis. As a result of ILFS, the company has not seen any major, a very sharp fall in the AUM, and it has decreased from 16,623 crores to 16,500 crores in quarter three financial year 2019, after which it has progressively increased. Similarly, even the ROA and ROE have not seen any sharp fall, but the fall in quarter one of financial year 2020 is um, because of an increase in the net credit cost by 96% on account of COVID. So they had started provisioning for COVID. Similarly, there has not been any spike in the GNPA or NNPA during the period of ILFS crisis. The price to book value has, however, it has fallen from 2 to 0.5 in quarter three of financial year 2020. So talking about COVID-19, AUM, it was largely flat and it has been decreasing because of an account of COVID-19 induced lockdowns in various parts of the country, and their disbursements declined from 64,000 million in financial year 2020 to 36,000 million in financial year 2021. So disbursements have decreased by half. And this decline in AUM was also due to discontinuation of certain non-focused products like new cars, and the fall in GNPA and NNPA, as well as the fall in ROA in quarter four of financial year 2021, was because in quarter four of financial year 2021, Magma Fincorp was taken over by the Poonawalla Group. And at that time, the company adopted one of the most conservative policy in the industry for technical write-offs. So this policy change resulted in a one-time write-off of 274 crores in quarter four. So this one-time provision and write-off have resulted in an uptick in the asset quality of the remaining book, and it became one of the best in the industry, with NNPA standing at 1.2% and GNPA at 3.7% in quarter four. So one of the main reasons why the company was able to pass through COVID-19 without any major problems was it had tight underwriting norms, and it also changed the product mix towards focus products, and the contribution of these focus products in the AUM increased to 60%. So moving on to the forensics, they got a score of 78.3%, and the score was 18 out of 23. So there were five main parameters that did not fulfill the criteria. The first one, promoter stake as a percentage of promoters' personal net worth. So Rising Sun Holding, which has a 62% stake in Poonawalla Fincorp, it is owned by Adar Poonawalla, who is a director in many companies like Serum Institute, and according to Forbes India, he has a net worth of around $20 billion. So so his stake in the company is much less than 15%, 50%. So the second one, whether the company pays rent to its promoters, key managerial personnel, or relatives of KMP. They have paid a rent of 0.7 million to Mayank Podar, Kalpana Podar, and Ashita Podar in financial year 2022. The third parameter, about receiving or giving loans from promoters or KMPs or directors. So they have given loans of 2,500 million to their subsidiary, Poonawalla Housing Finance, and short-term loans of 750 million to Magma HTI, which is their joint venture. But however, all these loans were repaid. The fourth one, about the equity dilution in the last 10 years, it is high. It stands at 303%. So the reason is that initially from financial year 2013 to 21, there was only a 42% dilution, but this increased to 303% when calculated from financial year 2013 to financial year 2022 because of the capital raise of 3,456 crores in May 2021 by Rising Sun Holdings. The last parameter, regarding the other expenses and other income compared to the average of the peers. Poonawalla has a very high other income, which stood at 366 million for financial year 2022, and which is high compared to Mars and Bajaj Finance. So this other income is very high because of income that they get from sale of power and miscellaneous income in 2022 because of reversal of excess managerial remuneration due to loss. These losses were because of the provisions they made for COVID-19. So moving on to the key metrics. AUM has been increasing, and the fall in financial year 21 is on account of COVID-19. It is the same for ROA and ROE, where they have seen a sharp fall in financial year 21 on account of losses because of COVID-19, and after which it has been increasing. The book value per share has risen from 79.2 to 83.73 as of the 9-month report. And the GNPA and NNPA have also been falling from financial year 20, which is a good sign. Talking about the peer comparison, I have taken peers as Capri Global, Mars Financials, IIFL, and Bajaj Finance. So, with respect to AUM, Poonawalla stands behind IIFL and Bajaj Finance. Even though the AUM growth has been increasing for Poonawalla, there is still scope for more improvement. Um, with respect to GNPA and NNPA, Poonawalla's stand is average. Even here, it is behind Bajaj Finance. And the as of financial year 2022, the GNPA, um, sorry, as of the quarter three of financial year 23, um, the GNPA for Poonawalla Fincorp stood at 1.69% and NNPA at 0.89%. Talking about ROA and ROE, Poonawalla's is about 4.5 and 9.1% respectively. And here it again it stands behind IIFL and Bajaj Finance. Coming on to the price to book value, so Poonawalla has 3.7, Bajaj Finance has 8.3, Capri Global at 6.53, Mars Financials at 3.23, and IIFL at 2.2. Moving on to differentiation. So I couldn't find any major factors for differentiation, but some points that give them a good standing in the industry are strong parentage. So they have the brand name of Poonawalla Group. So this might help them to improve their credit rating, and the strong financial profile of the flagship company Serum Institute of India might also be helpful. And second, their hybrid model. So they leverage digital capabilities as well as their existing physical presence, and they realign their product mix for better risk-adjusted returns. The third, financial position. So they have one of the largest capital base among NBFCs, and they have a well-capitalized balance sheet, and they provide adequate provisioning to cover any shocks, such as we saw the pandemic shock. The fourth one is management. They have a very professionally run organization and a seasoned leadership team with qualities across different spheres. So, moving on to their future outlook. So, their vision for 2025 is to be one of the top three NBFCs in consumer and MSMEs, and they aim at having a 3x growth of the financial year 21 AUM, and they also want to be one of the have one of the lowest borrowing costs in the industry, and an NNPA less than 1%. So their long-term guidance on financial metrics for AUM stands at 35 to 40% growth, profit growth at 30 to 35%, GNPA from 1.3 to 1.8%, NNPA from 0.5 to 0.9, and ROA 4 to 4.5%. So I've also attached the awards and recognition for reference. With this, I'd like to conclude my presentation. Thank you.
Wow, great presentation, Bhavna. Really, I enjoyed through it thoroughly.
Thank you.
And also, I would say your slides were very clean, very nicely put, and I mean, the Nirvan gave some pointers right 2 days back, and you fulfilled all of them. So that's very nice. Yeah, especially the board part.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you.
amazing presentation. A lot of work has gone into it. Great to see it. I am very interested in this company. This company seems to be in the right sectors, right? It is not in any real estate lending or anything like that. So the loans are all granular. It's mostly to retail, and it has virtually no leverage. Did you notice that, Bhavna? That don't stop sharing it. I think we'll go back to the presentation.
Okay.
Did you notice that it has very low leverage? I mean, the debt to equity is only about 1.9x.
Yeah.
So
They had
their
mentioned it in the PPTs.
yeah. So their ROA is about 4.5% and their ROE is only 9%. So did you check in any of their con calls or their annual report? Are they saying something about increasing this leverage ratio?
I did read through the con calls, but I didn't notice anything about that.
Okay.
Maybe I'll try going through it once more.
Yeah, definitely. If you can just once go to their metrics, just want to show it to the others.
I don't think they do con call. At least the transcript is not there in
Oh,
screener.
is it? Okay,
Yeah,
okay, I see.
but
Yeah,
No,
so
they
if
have
you,
a transcript for few quarters. Like they don't have it for everything. It's mostly the
yeah.
PPTs that they have.
I
Hmm.
see. Can you maximize it, Bhavna? Yeah, so for 9 months FY23, their ROA is 4.5% and ROE is only twice of that. That's
Yeah.
because they are having a lot of equity on their books. So I'm
Yes.
just opening screener. So of course, Bhavna, you know this, but just sharing for the benefit of the others. So out of a total balance sheet size of 19,000, they have one third of it in equity.
Are you
So
sharing, Nirvan?
no, I'm not.
Okay.
Uh, oh, sorry. So I was just saying the numbers out loud. So 19,000 is their asset base, and about 6,500 is their equity. So that is a debt to equity ratio of 2x. You know, if you compare with debt to equity of all the other companies, so for example, I'll just read out some numbers. For IIFL Finance, it's 4.3. Okay, debt to equity, so more than twice. For Bajaj Finance, it's 3.8. Okay, for Capri Global, it is 3x. Okay, and which was the other company that you compared? Mass Financial, was it?
Yeah, mass financials.
Mass Financial is 4.13. So you guys realize how less leverage this is, right? So there's a lot of equity raised as a buffer right now. And they can easily expand their leverage to, from 2x to 3x, 3.5x. What will happen then is if their ROAs continue to be in 4% range, then the ROEs will shoot up to 15% or so, 15, 16%. So right now it's 10% ROE, which is a middling ROE. That's not a great ROE, but they can easily increase it by increasing their leverage. And their asset quality seems quite good. I mean, not so bad. It's NNPAs are less than 1%, GNPAs less than 2%. So seems very interesting. I think Bhavna, one of the things that we capture in further analysis is what they are talking about their leverage. Do they have any target ROEs in mind that they want to achieve?
Yeah.
So very interesting. And just one final question from my side. Why are they looking to sell the housing finance subsidiary? It was doing quite well.
Yeah. So basically, they said that the customer segment and geography was very different, and they wanted to optimize their resources.
Oh,
So
okay. And is the sale complete or is it still
I think it is complete. They had stated that they are selling it in December last year.
in December 2022?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So the 9 month AUM number that you have right now, it is X of that housing finance. It is after subtracting the housing finance, is it? So the 16,579 that doesn't include the housing finance, is it?
no. This one doesn't include. Actually, I couldn't find the 9 month value for AUM.
No. So AUM is like a balance sheet figure, right? So it will be the same for 9 month or for December. Like so, 16,000 must be the figure because you've. Acha, this is the FY22 figure for
Yeah,
16.
they hadn't provided it for 9 months.
Oh, okay. So they don't do PPTs every quarter, is it?
No, actually they do it, but I don't know why. In the recent few PPTs, they had not given a lot of details.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah.
quite a shocking detail to miss here if they're not giving AUM. Okay. We'll try to find out because I think there must be some degrowth because they've sold the housing finance asset. But yeah, so Gaurav, do you understand the ROE part, the how they can increase leverage? You were asking.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So I think generally it's already I think it's at 3.5x book. So the market has already given it credit for low leverage. And even if they increase the ROE now by taking more leverage, I don't think it can re-rate to very high numbers because 3.5x is already quite richly valued. But this company can keep growing, I think.
Yeah.
Their
Same.
underwriting quality seems quite good so far. So interesting.
So actually, I saw that in Screener there's no transcript, but in their website they have it.
Yeah,
They also have a LCR.
I
This is
see.
liquidity coverage ratio,
Yeah.
and it's pretty detailed. So I think we should also look into this one.
Right. So, Bhavna, I can actually see the AUM. So, if you open the PPT on the second slide itself, the AUM is mentioned. So it's 13,900 crores for December. So, yeah, the degrowth is
Okay.
probably due to the sale of the housing finance division.
Okay. I'll
Yeah.
check
So,
that one.
yeah, you can check that. I think the PPT is decent. I mean, I can see a lot of data. So, maybe you can go through it. Okay. Anybody else? Any questions about the company? Please go ahead. No questions? Okay, cool. You did a great job then, Bhavna. No questions from anybody. So
Thank
thank you again, yeah. I loved listening about this company. It's quite interesting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, yes. Same feedback from my side.
Oh,
Thank
so
you
we are
so much.
done very early today. Great.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think this is. I mean, especially we saved a lot of time in the board part where,
Yeah,
I mean, there was a lot of written stuff, and then Bhavna just highlighted what was important, so that really
yeah,
helped. I think.
exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So I think that's what we should, follow going forward. So
Hmm.
yeah, great. So if there are no questions, then shall we end? Bhavna, I'll send you my notes. I'll upload my notes on Notion. You
Yeah,
can put
sure.
up the PPT and the scorecard. Yeah?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Sure. Okay, Gaurav, then that's it for
Okay.
today.
Yes, we can close for today.
Okay,
Thank you.
Rishikesh, you're saying something?
So I was asking that in feedback you asked one question about subsidiaries. So I was scared about that question. So how to get more information on subsidiaries?
Why are you getting scared about questions, Rishikesh?
No, no, no. I'm not scared about questions. Just that one question about that subsidiaries.
Yeah, I'm joking. Uh, okay, let me pull up the notes. Yeah, I don't remember what question I asked Rishikesh.
Yeah. So I was trying to understand whether you are asking that why are subsidiaries performing so poorly and all that.
Yeah, I'll discuss it. Just a second. I think the others maybe can leave. Rishikesh, we'll stay back and discuss it. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you. Bye bye.
Great presentation, Bhavna.
Thank you so much, Mayank.
Sir, I had a question. Nirvana, sir, in equity part, you basically it's the equity plus it's the heavy. Yeah. So in FY21,
Yeah.
according to Twitter, that 2,000 crores of वो फिर 6,000 पे आ गया है in the next financial year. So this wouldn't be alone वो housing finance की division की वजह से.
नहीं वो इसलिए हुआ ना भावना said कि so the Poonawallas did not own this company, they bought the company in 2021. तो उन्होंने वो huge capital raise किया ना 3,600 and they
Okay,
put
okay.
that capital into the company, so this must be that one.
Also, another thing, Nirvan, I think although the promoter's skin in the game doesn't look so much, but if you look from Adar Poonawala's point of view, I think this would be his sort of his
But so
his
he'll
project. I mean,
he'll
yeah,
inherit at the end of the day. So
yeah,
not
because his I mean, Serum Institute is his dad's project, sort of. He took it over,
Yeah, but
right? And
Gaurav, I think nothing can come close to the amount of respect he has won via Serum, right? So
yeah,
uh,
yeah,
yeah, I mean, I am not worried about sort of him ignoring the company or anything, but considering his net worth and all, even if this company doesn't do that well, I mean, forget about his how he will be perceived and his prestige issues, etc. But financially, he'll be fine.
correct,
Yeah,
correct.
yeah, but I don't think that that's any reason to sort of give this company any negative marks. That's just a checklist that we ought to do. And so somebody was asking, right, yesterday, Bhavna, only you were only asking, right, that how to figure out whether this the percentage of net worth thing.
Yeah, I actually couldn't find it.
Yeah, but
For
you
the
said 20 billion, no? You figured out the net worth of the person.
Yeah, no, I was initially trying to find out the net worth for the holding company that
I see.
Sunrise. Yeah,
I see. I see. So here, see, the key guy is Adar Poonawalla, right? If you've managed to find out his net worth, and you can see how much he owns of this publicly listed company, you can fairly easily sort of guess his net worth is something like, from what you said, 1,40,000 crores or something like that.
yeah,
So compared to that, this is a tiny percentage. So that answer should be fairly clear, right, Bhavna? So this is one of the
yeah, I
easier
got it.
companies, for to do that. For many other companies, it's much more difficult to figure out ki kya hai percentage. But here we can reliably say ki it's quite small.
And the second thing is this. I mean, the what do you call RPT to the poddars. So that I think they don't exist in the company anymore, isn't it?
Oh, I didn't
Uh,
notice the RPTs.
yeah, like they are not on the board, but they do like they have shown some RPT transactions
Okay.
in their annual report.
And the
But it's
RPT transactions involve the ex-promoters, is it?
Yeah, like loans. I mean, sorry, not loans, rent. They are paid rent.
Oh, okay. Okay.
but 7 lakh rupees. So
Yeah, that was quite less. Yeah.
quite less, yeah.
That was quite less. And I remember the other RPT was all to subsidiaries, which is expected. So I didn't find anything really problematic in the only one metric I think you have to recalculate, that is for the other expenses. I've captured that in the feedback comment. Check it there. But I think more or less forensics seemed okay too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll check. I'll recheck the other expenses.
Yeah, yeah. Don't worry. I'll anyway send you a note, so you can just go by that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. Bye, guys. We just continue with Rishikesh. Bye.
Should I stay back? Like, is it about the Poonawalla
No,
subsidiary?
this is I think about his company.
Oh,
Right,
okay.
Rishikesh? This is not about Poonawalla.
Mahindra and Mahindra, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So, cool.
Then I'll
And you
stop.
guys can stay back if you want to. There's no issue.
I had a question regarding
Yeah.
this feedback, so I'll stay back.
Sure. So, others, you're free to leave. If you want to stay back, please stay back. Just a second, Rishikesh. Question क्या था यार? एक बार बताओगे?
The question was easy. Just you were trying to ask कि their subsidiaries are not performing so well. So why?
हाँ. नहीं. This was more like this was not a question actually. I was also making notes, while
Yeah, that I was asking whether you are asking question or to research on subsidiaries or not. That I was trying to clarify.
you can basically just try to figure out कि ये housing finance में 16% NPA ऋषिकेश में पहली बार सुन रहा हूँ, ठीक है? तो
Yeah.
तुमने भी नहीं सुना होगा कभी ना?
हाँ, I was shocked looking at their NPS.
या तो एक बार बस पता कर लो कि कुछ हुआ था क्या ऐसा, मतलब one project failed or something. If you can get an answer. See, M&M finance मुझे उतना मतलब समझ नहीं आया ज्यादा, तो मतलब सब्सिडियरी के परफॉर्मेंस में ज्यादा घुसने की जरूरत नहीं है. But if you can find something out, if it is just because of their poor underwriting, then just
Yeah, I was also saying that if they are having poor underwriting, then we can't do anything about that.
Yeah, you can't do anything. But if you can, मान लो कॉन कॉल में या कहीं से तुम्हें पता चला कि some one black swan event happened in one project or something, then we can still give them some benefit of the doubt. That's
Yeah.
it. Otherwise,
So one thing I can do is check their quarterly performances for 3-4 years, last 3-4 years.
और
So
जिस
if they are
quarter में spike
consistently
आया,
above,
correct.
yeah.
और ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि एक क्वार्टर पे स्पाइक आया और वो फिर स्पाइक रह गया,
हाँ
तो उस क्वार्टर का या तो क्वार्टरली कॉन कॉल पढ़ लो या एनुअल रिपोर्ट पढ़ लो.
हाँ.
That's the correct.
But what I think is कि consistently maintain कर रहे हो 15-16% का NPA.
बढ़िया है फिर तो. Yeah, then you don't need to just put a comment that it's in the normal course of operation. Yeah.
Okay, then it's fine.
क्या शांतनु, क्या क्वेश्चन है आपका?
हाँ, वो एक्चुअली सो फ्यूजन के बोर्ड के बारे में आपने पूछा था कि there are 6 people on the board.
अरे उसको ignore कर दो comment को यार. I initially thought कि 6 people is too less.
Okay, that's because I was going to say like other NBFCs too. Also.
Exactly. Then I noticed later on that other NBFCs that we have seen in the presentations itself, they have 6 board members. So
Okay.
I think unka 3 independent directors bhi hai, right? So they have 51.
3
So yeah,
and 2 nominee and 1 MD.
Ignore that comment.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Also,
Okay.
thank you, Bhavna, for the presentation.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sure. Nice यार. 45 minutes में सब हो गया. I think board वाला discussion short करके हमने बहुत अच्छा किया guys.
That was good idea.
Yeah, सबका टाइम बच गया. ऋषिकेश तुम परसों नहीं थे, वरना कल तुम्हें भी नहीं करना पड़ता. चलो कोई बात नहीं है. अगली बार से नहीं करेंगे. So the next set of companies, guys, the last set of companies, Gaurav and I have already mentioned in the group once, but Gaurav and I will just finally discuss and send it out to you guys, okay?
Okay.
And then we'll move to the next sector, the chemical sector.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye. Gaurav, if you will stay back for 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, guys. See you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Thanks again, Bhavna. Bye.